Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Visalia. My name is Lynn LaCours. I'm a member of the board here, and I want to welcome everyone. Take your seats, please. And now I'm going to throw it over to Reverend Donna for the opening prayer.
Turning within in this morning, let us enjoy this beautiful, beautiful December morning as we anchor into prayer, into love, into grace, into joy, recognizing the wholeness that is present this morning and all of our lights that are here today, as in consciousness, as in person, as in form, as in that expression of the divine. Grateful for this morning, grateful for this service. I say thank you, sweet spirit. We bless this time together, and so it is. And now let us enjoy our opening music, All That I Need.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. Light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I have been free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. Light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me.
the peanut gallery here. You need to make an announcement now. Okay, this is announcement time, but let's welcome everybody first. Do I see any new people? No, but we have a nice Greek crowd here. A lot of you I saw last night, so welcome everybody. We're at the Center for Spiritual Living, Visalia. It's a beautiful day, fall day, and we're so glad you're here. And okay, you want to make your announcement?
Last night, those of you who were here, you saw a gentleman walked in, and he had something hot to drink, and then he listened, and he laid down, and he rested, and then he left. And as he left, we saw that he was wearing only socks. He did not have any shoes on, as cold as it was last night. I'm suggesting that perhaps if you have old shoes that you're ready to throw away, or things that are worn out or style-wise you don't want, perhaps we could gather some of those and either keep them here or make a donation somewhere, because no one should be shoeless at this point.
Thank you, Florence. And we are going to get to our giving thing in a little bit later. So let's go to the announcements, because our first announcement is our wonderful concert last night. So I want to thank Bruce and Donna W. They did an amazing job. Yeah, we had the trio got to work too. And it's so much fun, since all of us love to get into music, so it's fun for us to be able to do it. But oh my gosh, they worked hard and rehearsed forever. And the place was gorgeous. We had the lights down so low. All the lights were on. You can't tell, but we have lights in the front. And they were glowing, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful night. And we raised a little over $400 for the center, thanks to some generous extra donations from a few people. So thank you, guys. It was wonderful. I loved it. Let's go to the next. Our next event is this coming Saturday. So we have two events in the row. We're hoping to make good money on this one, too. This is totally different. We're calling it the Mistletoe Jam Party. And it's with We Arts. We Arts is the multicultural people who we did Juneteenth with. We did the Hot Summer Nights evening with. Jesse, who is second time around vinyl. He's bringing all his huge record collection. We'll be playing. Hopefully we'll have a bunch of people dancing again, because for Hot August Nights we had everybody dancing. It was so much fun. They're going to have wonderful food, and we're going to have some vendors here. So jewelry and candles, and Buddy Jones is bringing his hand-carved wooden ornaments. So I think it might be fun for you just to see what we have here. It's going to be just fun, and they're also, if you want a bass, if you want a new bass, Phil, they're going to have a drawing for one. So, what? No Phil with it. No, sorry. It's just the bass. But Jesse gets one of these every year, and it's in the drawing. So, and there are other records and other goodies in the drawing too. So, it's $20. It's next Saturday from, I'm looking at the time, 2 to 5. So you can just come in and whenever you want, enjoy, and it'll make some money for us. It'll be fun, and there'll be lots of good music going again too. And and Gwen will be selling tickets right after the service today. I'm going to put this up one more time, because our wonderful Reverend Donna wants to let you know that she's available for any time that you need to talk, have a little prayer, whatever. There's flyers just like this on the back table, so you can take it and have her contact in case you ever need it at some time. Thank you, Reverend Donna. She's so delightful. She sent even a wonderful message about the concert last night. And we have Reverend Linda coming for Christmas. Now, a lot of you, I think most of you remember Reverend Linda? Yes? Yes? Okay. So she started here. She started here in Visalia, and then she went up to Oregon, Eureka. And she has a wonderful center there now. But she still has relatives here. Yeah, she's in Eugene. I thought it was Oregon. But she comes home every Christmas because she has relatives here. And she always comes and is our minister for the Sunday. So we'll have a live person in here on that Sunday, the day before Christmas. So I hope you'll come, and we'll bring lots of other people in. She's always a delight. And this is my special announcement. Every year, we adopt a family to give goodies for. And I wanted to tell you a little story about the people we have this time. So I went to the Salvation Army, because that's where we've gotten our family the last few years. And I started talking to the woman. And they always hire people who are their clients, people who receive their services to work at the counter. So I said, well, I'm here because we want to adopt a family again. And she told me, well, you're going to have to call the Majors who run the place. But they're in the Tulare office right now. So I called. She gave me the number. I called. Nobody answered. So I said, well, that's too bad, but maybe I'll contact him later. And we started talking. Gal and I started talking, and she said, do you want a young family? Because we don't take names of older than 12. The only people Salvation Army gives to is children 12 and under. And she said she had 2 teenagers, and so they wouldn't be able to get anything this year. So as we talked, I finally said, maybe we should make you our family this year. And she looked at me and burst into tears. And she came around the counter, hugged me, and said she'd been praying for something because they really needed help. So I said, okay, compose yourself a little bit, and then tell me what you need. So she has 2 teenagers, and she kept telling me about that they need bras. I said, really? She says, they get these cheapo bras at some place, and they break. And so that's what the girls needed. So I said, well, maybe we'll get you a gift certificate somewhere, and you can get what you need there. And so then I asked, well, and she has a 1.5-year-old toddler. What is he like? Well, he likes to build things, any kind of blocks or anything. So we said, okay, we'll put that on the list for him. And the dad isn't able to work. And so I said what he needs. So we put down just clothes for him because we couldn't think. But she said, our TV is broken. Maybe someone has a used TV, any kind of TV that we could have. And then I finally asked, well, what would you like? And she sort of looked at me again, and she said, I've never been able to go to a beauty salon or had my nails done or anything. That would be so much fun for me. So I thought, they live in Tulare, so I'm hoping maybe somebody who knows Tulare will get her a gift certificate to get her hair done or her nails done or something. So anyway, I think it's a wonderful family that we got this year. And on our giving tree in the back, all the tags are there. So I hope everybody that is able to can pull a tag and get whatever's on that tag. If you don't want to go out and shop or get these gift certificates, there's just a bunch of tags for money. So we'll put all the money together that we gather and get a gift certificate for Target or someplace that they can use it where they need it. So we're hoping that next week you'll bring it all in so we can give it to them. We can take to them the next few days, and we'll do our part. Along with shoes, we'll do part for this family that I think is really needing it. So now we're going to turn it over to Bonnie. Where did Bonnie go? Oh, you're in the way. Back up. You're next.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear myself, so. Okay, I guess. Okay. I'm here with the diversity and inclusivity quote, and this week we're going to hear from Wayne Dyer. You are a creature of divine love, connected at all times to Source. Divine love is when you see God in everyone and everything you encounter. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. I just read something in the newspaper today about something that's happening at 210, I believe, on Tuesday night, and it's regarding the way that some people in Tulare County have been treated, coming from different, different ethnic groups and everything, and it was kind of cute because he said, well, it's not cute, but what's his name, Oman? Yeah, okay, Mr. Oman made the comment in the newspaper that some people might not like hearing these things because a lot of us don't want to hear anything that's negative, but he invites everyone to come with an open mind. And I just think that's such a wonderful thing to be happening over the holidays. And I will read our affirmation. I like this guy. Every aspect of life is a sacred expression of spirit. Let's say that together. Every aspect of life is a sacred expression of spirit. And that means every one of us. But before I do I'm going to do a special prayer today, and it's from our magazine. I read it this morning at our class, and everybody liked it, so I said I would read it. It's a dog's prayer, and the dog's name is Murphy, and he has pause with perspective. So this is a prayer from Murphy for all of us. Inside every creature, there's a place others can't see. It's a private place where dreams and hopes take root, where love grows strong, and where lost is followed by found. It's a place where a single tear can flood 1,000 souls. It's a place where love has no beginning and no end, a place words can't find, a place that can't be seen with everyday eyes. It's a place where the smallest act of love fills the universe with joy. It's a private place. It's a place of love and kindness. It's a place where heart songs are sung out loud. You've heard them late at night and early in the morning, songs carried gently by the breeze and hidden beneath the wings of hummingbirds and eagles. It's a place that heals all wounds. It's where life's renewed, where every flower blooms. Every creature is born knowing of this place. It's the place we come from and the place we will return to. I want you to know that I'm connected to this place. In your everyday life, you've forgotten it. If you've forgotten it, sit with me, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to remember. I'm here with you to help you remember, and so it is. And Murphy has a human. His human is Reverend Dr. Bob Lucan. But I was so excited to be doing this when I saw dogs. We have dogs. So anyway, let us all remember that we are connected and that we are here for each other. And if we can't remember each other, I'm sure there's a dog that will show us some love. Thank you. And now we have the band again.
All right, everybody. This is the congregational. I think the words are going to come up on the screen. words? All right. So don't be afraid to sing along, because Hope's not here today. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love. God gives me love. God gives me power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy. God gives me joy. God gives me power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me peace. God gives me power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my God. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Isn't it been a beautiful service this morning? And I'm so excited for the concert last night. I know it went really well and it was amazing and it brought us into that holiday spirit. And I know our talk today is about wholeness and seeing the good in everything. And I've asked Donna to share a slide. It's a nature slide and I just love it because it reminds me of the beauty of nature. And isn't that gorgeous with that raindrop? And it looks like angels. And that is a reminder that in nature, there's beauty everywhere, that we can see the magnificent. We don't even see all of it with our human eye, but I bet you we feel it with that essence of who we are, especially at this sacred time of year. And thank you, Donna, for sharing that slide. It's just It took my breath away when I saw it, so I wanted to share it with all of you, because the gift of who we are is that infinite essence, that infinite light, that who we are. And when we can take a look in nature and see the wholeness that's around us, that we can see the beauty, and Janice's prayer this morning from Murphy, another reminder of the infinity of love that's surrounding us from all walks of life, from all creation, because there is that oneness that expresses itself through and as each and every one of us at every moment. And when we have that opportunity to see the divine in each other, that is the gift that we bring to our world. We are all here by divine appointment. I absolutely know that truth. And no matter what we may be seeing in our outside conditions or appearances, where we're feeling that connection is in that heart space. And I heard two examples already this morning, with Donna sharing about that experience at the Salvation Army and being able to connect with that person. And that's the love, connecting heart to heart. And then there was something shared earlier. I believe someone came last night who didn't have shoes. And that's another reminder that we have that connection with one another, and there are needs all around that we can provide. We're givers and we're receivers in this expression of life. And what a gift it is to sense there's no separation. There's that connection of hearts, there's connection of lives. It's like an intermingling of each other. And what a gift that is for us to recognize that spiritual essence of who we are when we see that common link that guides us. And we may call it compassion, or we may call it empathy, or we may call it love. But what we're really seeing is a wholeness coming forth from within, and seeing that truth and that love. Ernest Holmes says in The Science of Mind, life is one perfect wholeness. The universe is a unit. God is one. And we are made in the image and likeness of the divine. We are made in that essence of love. And the infinite appearances that we see all around us, with the individual person, with the individual fur baby, an animal, and in nature, what a gift it is to see the oneness all around us. And when we can come from that place of the divine and seeing each other, especially at the holiday time, we're in the midst of Hanukkah right now. We have the winter holidays coming forth, Kwanzaa after Christmas. All of these seasons of light are reminding us of the peace that's within us. In Unity's daily guide for this month, they have a special one for the holidays. And they talk about peace, and peace coming forth from within us, and reflecting that sense of peace out into the world. But peace needs to start with us. When we can anchor into that oneness and that peace and that love and the joy, when we're anchored in that, it's like pulling our energy into ourselves and honoring and recognizing that peace. From there, we can radiate out into our world, whether it's through actions, like participating in our adoptive family by taking a tag off the tree, or seeing someone who might need something for their physical being, like shoes to keep them warm. I don't know about you, but if my feet are warm, I tend to feel a whole lot warmer than anything else. It reminds me of my Disney days when I was a sweeper and we were out there in the cold and the rain. As long as I had good socks on and my feet were dry, no matter if the rest of me was drenched, doing my work outside in the park, I felt warm. And that's the beauty of recognizing in one another that joy of who we are, and that opportunity and that invitation to a help. And prayer is the easiest form to go to prayer, to recognize that we're calling forth that which is needed. Just like that lady shared with Donna, that she went to prayer, didn't know how that prayer was going to be answered, but she trusted a higher idea in metaphysical terms. And Donna walked through the doors and felt that connection in her heart to talk to her. What a gift that is. And when we can let go of any sense of duality or any sense of separation, we can see that wholeness. And I keep focusing on the wholeness and the oneness and seeing the good in all, because the very heart of our teachings is oneness. It's seeing and knowing that divine. We may call it many different words or have different experiences for it in our own lives leading up to today. But the crux of it is that wholeness, that oneness, and seeing the good. Sometimes we have to look hard to find that seed of goodness because of whatever is happening. But I even trust in those struggles, we come together as one. It's interesting because the grief group that I lead, I call it Revealing Our Wholeness. And we're revealing the wholeness of who we are, even in the midst of sadness or the midst of uncertainty. And as we're walking through this journey together as a spiritual center, leading up into 2024 and what's next for us and for our spiritual community, we're walking this together, hand in hand, arm in arm, thought to thought, heart to heart. We're finding that good and we're expressing it. The songs this morning have been perfect, all that I need. God is my source. We're bringing it back to center, to the foundations of who we are. That is such a gift to recognize and see and sense and know the goodness. From the quotes this morning, thank you, Janice, for sending these to me. One of the quotes is, your greatest awakening comes when you become aware of your infinite nature. Amit Ray. And that is the truth. When we can become aware of who we are, sometimes it gets clouded. And that's why we have one another to remind us of who we are, to reflect that light, to remind us of the joy that we are. Reverend Barbara Waterhouse, and I believe she's made her transition, but I loved her quote today. Today is a happy day. Today is the best day ever. And I want us to think about everything that's led up to this moment. A holiday concert last night, bringing us into the spirit. Next Saturday is the Monster Jam Party, another time to connect with one another. And throughout the week, may we find ways to connect with one another as well, whether it's in our daily prayers or in a thought, sending love to someone we think about from our spiritual community, or maybe someone who wasn't part of the spiritual community anymore for whatever reason. Maybe they've moved away or they're going through a difficult time or something else is taking their attention. I invite us to send them love energetically. Just think about them, send a prayer, send a thought. Remind them of this beautiful holiday season and the light that they are. That is the gift that we have in this moment, to really, really trust and know that truth. And to have that opportunity to recognize that gift of cultivating the love that we are. Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. What does that mean to each of us, especially in this holiday time? What is it that you might want to see a change in the outer world? Become that change. Maybe if you see someone who's having a difficult moment and they're kind of being like the Grinch, send them some love energetically, or smile, or say hello. You have no idea how that may change their day. Pay it forward. That's the gift of who we are. And when we come together in community, that's the joy of being a community. I had asked Anne to send me some of her thoughts of the day that she writes and she posts. And this is one that she had sent me a while ago, and I felt like felt called to use it today. So thank you, Anne. It's from Rebecca Bex Gorunki. I apologize if I mispronounced her last name, but she says, wherever there is struggle, the universe also provides grace. Just like we're seeing in this holiday season, there may be people around us who are struggling. There's grace in the midst of that. There's an invitation to love on one another. There's that invitation to recognize the gifts that who we are. I'm going to segue for just a moment and ask Donna to share something. I have a handout that I sent that I asked to share with all of you, and I wanted to touch on a little bit of it. It's called Teach the Children, talking about the gift. I did not write this. It was adapted from one of my mentor ministers, Reverend Paula Swavely, and she's given me permission to share it. And I love what she's written, especially at this holiday time, because it's the metaphysical meaning of some of the symbols that we use at the holiday time. And what a gift that is to remember of who we are. There's just a couple on this slide. There's many more on the handout, but I just wanted to touch on a couple of them. The wreath. I love wreaths. There's something about nature intertwining in the wreaths. But that wreath symbolizes the real nature of love, that real love never ceases, that love is that continuous round of affection without beginning or ending. It's everlasting. And that's how we embody love, I believe, at our center as we share it out into the world. The gift. When you think about the gift is life. It's the gift that we are to one another. How are we using our gift? What is it that we're being called to experience and express in our world as a gift? When we talk about seeing the good in all and cultivating that wholeness, there's a gift that's within us that's unique to each of us that is being called to express in the world. That's why there's so many of us that we're not identical. We have different ideas and thoughts and treasures and talents, and we're invited to share them with the world. The angel. That angel is talking about the birth of the Christ in each of us. It's expressing his love and light and the hope of peace. Again, we cultivate that peace from within us and we express it out into our world. When you think of a bell, it calls our attention. In Buddhism, when they ring the bell, it's in the midst of meditation and quiet, they'll ring a bell and it invites everyone to come to eat. When we ring a bell, it gets our attention. It calls itself forth to experience the love that we are. When we ring the bell in music, it reminds us of the joy that's within us. And when we can think about that love and the guidance that it brings, I invite us to just contemplate that, what it means to each of us. So that's just a few of them. I know we talked, there's many others, so please take the handout as you leave today and look through it. And you might see how we're experiencing this time of year in a different way. It's an invitation to look deeper into that essence of who we are and the reason for our beingness today, why we come together in community. It's to grow, it's to share, it's like mind. It's that recognition that I love that there's a song by Karen Drucker, and I might have shared this before, but I just love it, especially at the holiday time, where she talks about we're all angels with one wing. We need each other to fly. And we do. We lift each other up. We bring ourselves back into the fold if we find that we're straying because we might be going through a difficult time. We might be going through something where we're feeling alone. We're being reminded that we're not. There's an infinite essence of love that's within us. That is the beauty of our Science of Mind teachings. We teach to turn within for answers. We teach to go to prayer, to listen, to feel that wisdom and that guidance. And when we can do that, we're recognizing that one life that is God. And we're answering the call. When we hear a bell, we answer. We answer the call. But what is it that we're being called to answer? What is it that you are feeling called to express and experience this holiday season? Is it connection? Is it recognizing that there's been a change in how you may do the holidays this year? Is there maybe something else that's calling to your heart? through all of that is that essence of love, that essence of grace, that essence of peace. And that's the gift. Ernest Holmes says, and this is also in the quotes from this morning, the truth is indivisible and whole. God is complete and perfect. A perfect cause must produce a perfect effect. Now, we teach the effect is your outside appearances, the things you're experiencing in the outer world. Cause is that first idea, that highest idea, that divine thought. And when we think about what it is we're thinking about, we're looking out in our experiences and our outer appearances. If there's something that's we're uncertain about, we can change that with a thought. We have an opportunity, an invitation to respond to what's happening in our world and within ourselves, and maybe see it from a deeper perspective or in another way. One of my first ministers in Science of Mind became ill, and she used to share, her illness as a teaching moment for all of us. She used to ask us to pray for clarity for her, to pray for her to feel the oneness of spirit. And she felt that because of what was happening, she was turned in and being quiet more. She said that was the invitation to do more listening than talking. She was teaching us the metaphysical meaning of how to walk through all experiences in our life, the joyous and the ones that bring us challenges. And one of her talks was the gift that you are. We are all a gift. We all come to share and to grow and to love one another. And that is truly the essence of who we are. That is the essence of love and of light and of peace. Dr. Roger Teal, he's the emeritus minister at Mile High in Denver. He wrote a book called This Life is Joy. And he says, the invisible intelligence that creates anything dwells both within and around that creation. Therefore, we all dwell within the dance of the invisible creative genius of this universe. Now, if in your mind's eye, you can go back to that first slide of those raindrops that look like angels were dancing, we can feel and sense that's the dance of the invisible. Without that special camera or microscope that brought that raindrop to the vision of where we could see it, it was invisible to the human eye. And through the gift of being able to maybe connect with pictures like that, we can be reminded there's an invisible universe all around us and within us. I like studying creation myths and reading different things, and there was a story about gods that were talking about where they were going to hide the seed of the divine so that the humans couldn't find it. And they talked about putting it out in space or in the depths of the oceans. And I'm like, no, they will figure out how to get to space, and they'll figure out how to get to the depths of the oceans. But he said, plant the seed within. Plant the seed within them. That was the gift for us, the invitation to go within instead of looking outside, to look within and to have that experience of who we are and the light that we are. And we can utilize our principles in our daily spiritual practice. And I'm going to give you two invitations if you'd like to pray about them or journal about them and see how you feel about it. I'm going to ask you to think of someone that maybe a sandpaper person to you. Maybe it's someone that rubs you the wrong way or you feel challenged by them. Take a few moments in your prayer time and envision them in goodness. Purposefully, with purpose, see their wholeness, see the goodness of who they are. Send them loving energy and light. And maybe that sandpaper person is yourself. Maybe there's things going on right now. Envision that wholeness, envision that goodness of who they are. And then I'm going to invite you to take a look at a challenge that you may be walking through right now. And as you were praying about your challenge, I'm going to ask you to consider praying for others who might be facing that similar challenge that you are. Again, connecting heart to heart, calling forth the wholeness that is there, the grace that is there, the abundance that is there, the prosperity that is there, the health that is there, the wholeness, that revelation of truth, of demonstrating the love that we are. And that is the way we can actively utilize our spiritual principles in our everyday world, whether it's in quiet contemplation, in your prayer chair, or taking your sweet pup for a walk. I tried taking my cat for a walk once. They walked me instead. So that might not be a good idea, but it might be a fun adventure too. Whatever it is that calls forth to you to express the divine and have your connection. We all have a different way. That's why there's so many different spiritual practices. For some, it's journaling. For others, it's listening to music. Others, it's prayer, or calling someone and talking through an issue, or having coffee with your best friend. It's probably one of the best therapies I've had was sitting down and having coffee clutch with a friend of like mind, where they could reflect back the love that I might not be feeling right now and reminding me of who I am. And there are many more spiritual practices that may be calling forth for you. But when we can think about the truth of who we are, there's that gift. And we all bring something to the table. And there's a story called The Magic Soup. Has anyone heard? If anyone's heard this story, I invite you to contemplate it. But there's this stranger that comes into town, and he says he has this magic stone that can cook soup again and again. And everyone is like, really? You know, with a magic stone? And he's like, I'll prove it to you. So he has this big pot of boiling water, and he puts the stone in there, and it's boiling, and he's smelling it, and he's going, oh, this smells wonderful. And he goes, but you know what? I bet spices would make this just a little bit better. And someone goes, oh, I think I have some, and they add their spices to the pot. And everyone is watching, and they're fascinated, and the stranger's stirring the soup with the magic stone, and the spices are in. And he goes, you know, maybe some potatoes and some carrots would even add more flavor to this soup. And a couple other people, oh, I think I have some of those. And they add potatoes and they add carrots to the soup. And he's stirring that pot. And he's talking about how wonderful it smells and how good it's going to taste. And everyone in town is like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to try this soup. And he's like, you know, I think it's almost done, but maybe a little bit of meat would just make it even a little better. And someone else goes, I think I've got some of that. And they add the meat to the soup, and he's stirring and he's stirring and he's talking about how wonderful this soup is and how great this magic stone is. And finally, the villagers get to enjoy the soup. And they have a great feast, and they're enjoying and they're celebrating this soup. That's what we all do as community. That magic stone is the divine calling us forth. We all bring our carrots, our potatoes, our spices, the meat, whatever it might be, to our spiritual community and to our world on a grander scale. Because what we bring to our center on a Sunday morning or another evening or whatever day we may be at the center, and we take it out into the world, just like this stranger did with his magic stone. And I bet he went to the next town and did the same thing. And what he was doing is he was bringing the community together. That's what we do here. We bring our community together. We refuel, we recharge on Sunday. We're reminded of the wholeness that we are. We're reminded of the love that we are. And when we feel filled up, we go out into the world to fill someone else's cup and carry the grace that we are and the love that we are out into our world quietly, with a smile or a gesture or a hug, or like our beautiful band does every Sunday in music, in a special lyric that calls to our heart. Or maybe we come across a Facebook post that reminds us of the love that we are. We share it with a friend, or we share it with someone who then shares it to somebody else who we don't even know. That's the gift of us bringing it all together. So when it says teach the children of the meaning of spirit, we are those children. We are the divine in expression. Thank you for being here this morning. I would like to close in prayer as we recognize and know the gift that we are is the divine in action, that we recognize that as we are filled up in our Sunday morning service with the love of one another, with the joy, with the reminder that God is all there is, that there is only one life, one presence, one being. We call it God. We call it the divine. It is light. It is divine mystery. It is perfect peace. It is wholeness. And it is holy. This is a sacred moment when we go to prayer. And because Ernest Holmes reminds us that all thoughts are prayers, that we pray unceasingly, that the truth of who we are is the divine in expression, made in its image and likeness. There's a divine beingness that floods our entire world. We may call it energy, we may call it love, we may call it whatever word is perfect for you, infinite intelligence, grace, compassion. I know that is the truth of who we are right now. And I recognize and know that those who may not even be in our sanctuary today, they are there in consciousness because we have brought them there in consciousness by our hearts and our minds remembering them in this moment. And as I give thanks for this time this morning, for the blessing of all who have participated in our service in any way, because there are many behind the scenes that create the service throughout the week. Sima and Anne and Sheila and our band and Janice and Donna O and many more, our sound. Those who bring our words to the internet. We are all sharing our gifts, James and Stan and Dino. We recognize the love that we are. We recognize the gifts that we are. And I say thank you. How grateful I am to come together this Sunday morning and feel and sense and know the love that is present. I say thank you, sweet spirit, as I release my prayer into the law, where I know it is done. I let it be, and so it is. Now I'm going to turn it back over to our band. May you enjoy this beautiful song.
Come with me, and you'll be traveling in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in a world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
It is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Kevin and Ban. You guys are amazing. It is now time for our offering. If you would like to take your gift and bless it, as we bless it together with our affirmation, Divine Spirit is the source of all of our gifts. It goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly. As I share my good, I accept my greater good, and so it is. And now invite us to bless our offering together and recognizing and knowing that these gifts are the work of Spirit in action, that money is God in action, prosperity, abundance, all good things are God in action. And we give thanks for these gifts and know that they go out into our world to bless and to prosper and to do the work of the divine in a myriad of ways, known and unknown, and expected and unexpected blessings on their way to the giver and the receiver. Grateful for this time, and so it is. It's now time for our peace song. And remember, we're singing for peace every Sunday. And all of our Science of Mind churches are singing the same song. So it's a reminder of the peace of who we are and how we show up. Repeat after me for our benediction. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. And life is in all of my affairs. I think it. I feel it. And I love it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have a blessed Sunday and a very happy holiday. I wish you all the best, and I just love all of you. Have a fabulous rest of your day.